Hey guys, it's Ash here coming at you today in Etheria Restart. Welcome to the video. Sending some love, some positive vibes your way, especially if you're going through something and you need them out there today. This is a sponsored channel, so thank you to Etheria Restart for making this happen. Today, I'm going to tackle something that you shouldn't tackle maybe on sponsored channels, and that is a bit of negativity from the community, but I actually wanted to use this as a discussion point to provide some constructive criticism to Etheria Restart, but also to get the thoughts of you guys, my subscribers, my viewers as well, not just Reddit posters. With that being said, let's go ahead and give some love to the Reddit poster. That is Babtardo. There we go. The title is "Constantly Repeating Events Really Hurts This Game." This is the #1 post on Reddit, on the subreddit rather, over the last week or so. So I figured it would be a good discussion point to just chat with you guys about a little bit as well and see how you thought, especially those of you out there who is really, at this point, probably half of my audience who've been playing longer than I have, right? Etheria Restart. I have my own thoughts, which I will also give towards the end or after we at least review this post in today's video. So constantly repeating events really hurts this game. It makes it feel like more of a cash grab that they can't even bother to create new events every few weeks. Instead, they just rerun the same ones. I'm not against rerunning events, but there should be at least 3 months between a rerun. I was initially excited for the global launch, thinking they might add some new content, but outside of the nice rewards, it is the same thing over and over. Well, I think that was a very fair comment, first of all, right? Because the rewards were nice. I mean, giving away a free SSR and everything else that came with it, the lattice and whatnot. I think it was rather generous. And you know, I mean, was it really a global launch? Kinda, really. It was just a kind of my understanding is it was just a launch in China and it already had been global launch. But I could be wrong there. I could be wrong. But that was my impression. Anyway, I think this is a fair critique, though, because honestly, they did nail it with a lot of what they gave us with this entire global launch event or whatever, right? Like, in other words, the rewards were solid. You know, I can't complain about them. I got to be real with you guys. I mean, I know part of the big perks for these, and this is just me here, I'm not saying that this game mode sucks or anything like that, is tied to Summit Arena, right? Or Live Arena. And for me, maybe it's just where my account is. But I just don't play a lot of Summit Arena. You know, I'll play a little bit just to get the perfect lattice shards or whatever the heck, fragments. But that's about it. So I'm really not benefiting at all. As you guys can see, I'm whopping level 2 from the Summit Pass. So, I mean, shame on me for actually not going in and taking advantage of everything and then saying there's no new content. But frankly, this is not new content. It is a new pass with a bunch of free rewards, which is fantastic because rewards are not the issue here, I don't think, right? That's certainly not what the OP is saying. So some of the comments here, even the way Ember track is all the same levels every month, they need to add more crap into the game, okay? The worst one is the champion call garbage that's non-interactive nonsense. So I think a lot of, not just the rewards here, but the community is touching on, basically, I remember the affinity train. You guys might have even recall me talking about this in a previous video, right? Where I was like, oh, only like a day left on Infinity Train. I really like Infinity Train. I'm bummed out they're going to end it. And I remember Escoundrel, my co-host here on the channel, most videos. We have him on the next 2 videos, by the way. He was like, dude, Ash, they bring it back all the time, bro. You know? So as a newer player, I was kind of bummed out. And then I realized, oh yeah, they are the same. They are the same limited events coming back again and again. But for me, I mean, I don't have a huge problem with the repeat limited events. They even brought back some limited banners, which frankly have been good, right? Like the Yelly banner, like that's solid. I don't have a problem with it. But again, I'm newer than a lot of you guys are. But let's just talk about let's just read through a few more comments here, right? At this point, the game is focused on PvP and nothing more. New chapters, storylines, character quests. They don't care about all that, just PvP. It's weird because I consider myself a PvP player. Like, I like PvP in these sort of games, but I'm just not super into PvP yet because my account isn't there yet. Obviously, I can play and I'm fine, you know, but my account, I just don't feel like it's there to the point where, like, I have, like, really robust teams. I mean, I just hit level 100, like, a week or 2, I don't know, maybe 3 ago, within the last month. So, I don't know. I just don't feel like I can excel or my account is poised to be well positioned to enjoy PvP in the end game yet. So I don't really, and I do get that sense that they care a lot about PvP, which again, in a way, is kind of refreshing because Raid doesn't really care. I come from Raid Shadow Legends, right? And they don't really care. They certainly don't do these live esport events and tournaments and highlight the top players, any of that. They don't have casters. They don't have shows. They don't have nothing. Leagues, nothing. So it's kind of cool, actually, they care about PvP. But it's not cool if they care about it to the detriment of PvE, which, you know, throughout my 7 years in this genre on YouTube, I know more people care about PvE than PvP. Not to say that you can't focus on both as a developer. It's hard to get attached to characters as well since they come out without any story at all. See, this is a difference between me, though, and I think the majority. I made the mistake once of saying that, like, who really cares about the character stories? But a lot of you guys in the comments took exception to that, and I can understand. I respect it, by the way. I have no hate at it, but I just don't look at, like, I'm not a big, huge lore guy in my video games, at least my of this genre. But maybe if I experienced a game with really robust lore, maybe I would have a healthy appreciation for it. To be fair, if you ask 99% of the current active players what the story was, I doubt they could give you an answer. Well, he's speaking for me here, Blade Cube. Yes, and please remove Champion Call. I freaking hate that event. Yeah, people hate Champion Call. Back to the lore, though. Yeah, like when a new character, Animus in this game, or Champion in Raid, or whatever, a new card in Clash Royale or a troop in Clash of Clans where I started YouTube 12 years ago. When they get released, I only look at, like, sure, I'm generally somewhat interested in the aesthetic. Oh, they look really cool. They look kind of lame. But what I really care about is what they do. I'm very utilitarian in that approach of, like, I care practically what they're going to do on my account, not their backstory. That's just me, you know? So some of you guys might really, really enjoy that, and hey, maybe they could do better there too. It also doesn't help that they keep repeating the mediocre Chakra Ring event back to back to back and deliberately not running the Etheria event, which is easily the best event in the game, due to providing the Golden Lattice. Yeah, I'm getting bored and repetitive grinding also. One thing that I would like, though, I think these are all, like, there's just no new content. We got, like, one repeating event since the last release, and it's just nonstop new shallow characters that have zero lore in their name. Again, they're looking for the lore here. Was holding for the global launch, but disappointing as well. Most likely dropping this game at the end of the month once Zero Chaos Nightmare Jewel Night Abyss release. So my whole thing is this is a brand new game, you know? And I'm not saying this because it's a sponsored channel, because I agree with all these complaints, right? But I enjoyed the game, but I've only been playing for a couple months, really, you know, maybe 2 months and a half or so. And there's still enough for me to do, you know, enough that I haven't completed. For example, I haven't even dug into hard mode of Ember Track yet, like, just to show you where I am. So I just auto-completed the first mode, and I haven't even started there. So, like, I'm playing this on top of other games, like, for my job, you know? So that all being said, though, I think that one thing, it has to do with the GP outpost to some extent for me, but one thing this game could do, at least for me, and maybe you guys would hate this, I don't even know, but I think this game would do really well with some sort of faction wars in it, right? Because right now on my roster, right, I've only been playing for 2.5 months. Granted, I have spent some money in the game, you know? Not a ton compared to other gacha games, but certainly a couple $100 at least, so full transparency, I've spent. So maybe what I have on my account is not going to be the same as a free-to-play, certainly after a few months of playing. That all being said, though, I do find this game incredibly generous with the animuses, but once you get your hands on a few of these select animuses, right, if you're lucky enough to get your hands on a Yelly or a Lily or a Plume, you know, and there's obviously a lot others. There's even, you know, Didding and Valerian. There's some really, really good SSR or SRs as well, but once you have some of these core, you don't have to have all of them. Once you have some of these core animuses, at least for me, I don't get this massive hunger to go ahead and build a deeper roster, you know? What I end up doing most of the time, I don't know about you guys, but what I end up doing is I work on little projects, like, okay, I'm going to work on my Fangus and my Shadow Sanya, right? Try to get that dot combo going on my account, right? Maybe for one particular shell boss or something like that. But I don't feel, and maybe I'm missing, maybe it's a challenge I haven't done, right? But, like, I wish there was just, like, something, I don't know, maybe more restrictive that causes me to appreciate and like more animuses in the game. But maybe this is an area where I haven't done. I've barely done any Ethernet rally, as you can see. So maybe for Multiple Expeditions team to act, I know there's some restrictive content in here, but for me, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I feel still satisfied at this point where I am on my account, but it's clear that a lot of the OGs, a lot of players who've been playing longer than I, are looking for a little bit more in the game. So I actually wanted to throw it to you guys, because I'm happy to provide any constructive criticism, feedback about like what you guys would like to see in the game to the developer myself as well. The developer here, one thing you can say about them is they really care a lot about what the community says, and they've shown the propensity to take some action in the past to remedy some community pain points or concerns, or at least address those. At the very least, they've been rather communicative when it comes to saying why we're not doing something or why we're deciding to do something else. So I'm happy to be a conduit in a little way and hear from you guys. Like, how do you feel about the game right now? Me personally, again, as I am right now, I'm still cool. But I know there might be a day, especially as a new game. Again, to be fair, it's been way less than a year this game has been out. But I also wanted to see it succeed. So it bothers me when some of the old school players who start from day one, I start to think to myself, is that what I have coming to in the future? Am I going to be disenfranchised like that and want new content and feel like it's all PvP at the end game? Let me know if you agree or disagree with some of the points that the original poster made, or any of the comments below. And let me know how you feel about the game right now as it pertains to you and your account and what you like in games of this genre. Thanks for watching, guys. Thought it'd be a kind of a fun conversational video to have. Tomorrow, we're going to have the top 5 support shells in the game after the latest balance changes. And the day after, we're going to do the top 5 damage shells in the game after the balance changes. Stay tuned for all that content. Thank you again to Etheria Restart for sponsoring this entire channel. I really appreciate it. If you want to support me, the channel, in Etheria, you can go ahead and download using the code in the description below. Odds are you're already a player, so if you have a friend or family member or a clanmate from another game who wants to join in, I would appreciate it. Guys, much love, and as always, take care.